So, what's your greatest memory from the war?
My best memory was seeing the Japanese surrender plane fly over, and there were American fighter planes on each side of it, above it, and below it, so nobody could make a mistake and shoot it down.
Okay. I'm interviewing my great-grandpa Cliff about World War II. Okay. So, where were you during Pearl Harbor?
The day that Pearl Harbor happened, I was with some friends when we were hunting ducks. I didn't find out about the attack on Pearl Harbor until I got home.
Okay, when were you drafted?
I was drafted in 1943.
So, how old were you?
I was 18.
Like what field were you in? Like,
I was in the Army Air Corps, but I was a medic.
so were you ever on the battlefield?
Not on the battlefield itself. I was taking wounded pilots and crew off of planes and treating them and sending them to the hospital.
So, where were you during the war most of your life? Like, what town
I
or
was
country?
at Manila in the Philippines for a while and ended up in Guam. And at the end of the war, I was in Japan.
Okay. So, were there any, like, weather, like, bad stories that you remember?
Oh, there was one, this typhoon came in, and we had a wind gauge, and it broke at 125 miles an hour.
Wow.
And all we did for 3 days was lay in our tents and listen to the wind howl. And we put sandbags around our tent to keep it from blowing away.
So, did you guys, like, do anything in those 3 days, or just...
Those 3 days, we just laid there and listened to the wind howl. That's all you could do. Just me. It was just a two-man tent. There was just me and another guy in that tent. You couldn't go outside. You had sand in your face. They had ships were out there. They dropped anchors and tried to stay in one place, and they still flew backwards.
Okay, so, when did the war get over?
1945.
Okay, so can you tell me a few stories about the war? Like your stories about going home and...
Oh, we left Japan on a troop ship, and on the ship, we were getting on the ship, and there was a bunch of Marines there. And I hollered at these Marines, "Any of you boys from Nebraska?" And they said, "Who cares?" So that night, after the Marines went to sleep, somebody turned on the sprinkler system, just drowned them, got them all wet.
Was that person ever caught?
That person was never caught. If he would have been caught, those Marines would have killed him.
So, what happened the day you got home? Do you remember what happened the day you got home?
The day I got home, met my cousin. He says there's a dance in Hay Springs. We're going to go to it.
Did you live in Hay Springs at that time?
We lived out on a farm east of Hay Springs, about 5 miles east, a mile north. And my cousin took me to the dance, and that's where I met your great-grandmother.
Did you buy silk from Japan?
Yes, when I was in Japan, I bought some silk because I thought it was beautiful. And your grandmother had her wedding dress made up.
Are there any other stories that you'd like to tell?
Well,
How long have you and Grandma Donna been married?
in July this year, it'll be 70 years.
Wow. Did you have any fun times from the war? Did it have its benefits?
Benefits?
Yeah, like do you still get like a veterans discount or anything?
Oh, I get my medicine from the Veterans Administration, and it's way cheaper than what I can get it at a drugstore or a pharmacy.
Okay.
And I get all my medical care done there, unless I have an emergency or something.
Are there any major injuries that you went through during the war?
I wasn't injured or shot or anything like that, but I caught malaria,
Oh.
and I was really sick for a while.
Was it like an allergic reaction?
I just had bad fever, just sick and achy.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you.